Today I would like to make some progress in the Mondstadt exploration, like completing some quests and getting the last anemoculi that I couldn't last time. If you wanna know the rules of this challenge, they are in the description. The first thing that I wanted to get done was the anemoculi, so I did that. So there are two anemoculi that are a bit more difficult to get because they are locked behind a quest or in the faraway island. But I'm going to get them anyway so that I don't have to think about them anymore. I ended up going to the island by ice breaching with Kaya, which I really don't recommend. It took so long and I almost drowned. Once I was in the island, I got the anemoculi, got the chest, and did the world quest so that I didn't have to come back. Spoiler, I did have to come back. The last one was in the Abyss Island, so I went to collect it and unlock the Abyss. Though I didn't try to complete any floors, maybe in another video. After collecting all the anemoculi, I put them into the statue to max it out. Finally level 10. Also, did you know that if you collect all the anemoculi, geoculi, etc., you should have one extra in your inventory? Apparently, not everyone knows this, so go get that last anemoculi if you don't have it yet. I then focused in completing the story quest I unlocked when I did the Archon quest, which were the Razor and the Diluc quests, which seemed quite short in comparison to other quests. Like, this quest took me like 30 minutes each, when the Amber Cladding quest took me like an hour or something. Not complaining, but it's interesting. I did Razor's quest first, where we teamed up with Amber to help him resolve our misunderstanding between the wolves and the humans. While doing that, we angered the protector of the wolves, Andrews, and fought him to resolve the misunderstanding. That's how we unlocked his weekly boss. I then did Diluc's quest, where we discovered that he was the Dark Knight hero, so unexpected, and helped him take out an Abyss Order ambush to the city, while keeping his identity hidden. Also, do let me know if you would rather me to explain each quest in detail or give a quick summary of what it happens, or even not talk about quest at all, and only focus on exploration and completion. Like, until now I have been explaining the quest I complete in a bit of detail, but this time I tried just giving you a little summary of each quest so that we could focus more on the exploration. Having said that, the next thing I wanted to get done are all of the world quests that pop up around the city. The ones I did included getting rid of some camps and structures of villagers, getting some ores from Stone's Terror's lair for the Forger, getting rid of some more villager camps, cleaning, more villager camps. This is getting boring. Don't get me wrong, it's a good activity to do while watching YouTube videos because it doesn't take any brain power, but I would appreciate a bit of variety. I also completed the quest to get the extra anemoculi. Yeah, I still hadn't gotten it, and collected the luxurious chest.
2 weeks later.
So it's been 2 weeks since I last filmed on this account, but I have been playing. Basically, I have been doing ley lines and commissions, and also some of the events like the Ito one or the Merchant one to get more Primogems. While doing this, I eventually reached AR25, but I wanted to wait until I filmed to do the Ascension domain. That's why I have so much XP. I want to get that done and then try and level up my characters and weapons, and maybe even get some more world quests done. Also, I can now claim Lynette because of reaching AR25, so... I leveled her up and put her on the team even though I can't level her that much, and went to unlock some domains to be able to do the Ascension one. I entered the domain, which I think they have nerfed a lot because I felt like it was easier and shorter, and also the electric cube isn't there anymore. I don't know, honestly, I like it better before, but I can understand why they nerfed it. So I waited too long to do the Ascension domain and apparently collected enough AR to level up twice. I'm sure that's not going to be a problem. I then went to Catherine for the Ascension rewards and went to do some bosses to level up my characters so that I wouldn't die constantly. But the fact that I leveled the world twice didn't help with the task. I know that I could lower my world level so that it could be easier, but then the rewards would be worse and I'm too greedy. After all that suffering, I bought some materials from the Mondstadt coin shop and leveled up some weapons and put some artifacts to my characters. Could I have done this before so that the boss fight could be easier? Sure, but I'm not that smart. I ascended and leveled the talents of only Kaya the Traveler and Lisa because for Barba's boss drop I couldn't beat Oceanid, and for the other two girls I would have to travel a bit to get to their bosses, and I couldn't bother. After my characters were a bit better, I went and not used them. Basically, I went to the reactions domain where they just give you trial characters to learn about reactions. I also completed the one-time domains for the shrine keys and primogems. I then went to complete some more world quests when I noticed that I could do the quest for the Mondstadt reputation. And after doing all the bounties and requests, I reached level 3. And that's about it for this video's exploration. So I did say that I would read every book that the game gave me. And until now, I haven't looked at what books I had in my inventory. But it seems that not all books go there, but instead to the archive. So I'm going to read every book that I have collected, both from the inventory and the archive, and I'll tell you what they talk about. If you don't care about the books, you can skip to this time. I'll start with the archive. This is the book you get at the end of Lisa's quest, and apparently is written by Alice. It's basically her talking and complaining about certain things about Mondstadt, and also she talks about meeting Amber, talking with Lisa and Jean and even Kaya. It's interesting to know how Alice, a very mysterious character, thinks and interacts with other characters. I don't know how I got this one, but it's basically the story of the Oceanid from Springvale Lake, the one that we got to know in a past event. This is the book that Lisa gives you in her story quest. It talks about someone called Night Mother, who apparently was evil and reigned over the land of Night. I didn't quite understand what this story has to do with anything in Genshin, but I guess we will see in the next volumes. And now the inventory ones. I also don't know where I got this book, but it seems to talk about the boy that visited the spring ferry in Springvale Lake, you know, the Oceanid, so it seems to be connected to that. This one I was given by Amber, and it's basically a rulebook with a few anecdotes of people breaking them. I think I got this book when completing a world quest. It is a very long book talking about what the knights can and can't do. Towards the end of it, I was getting quite bored, to be honest. There are some books and notes that are from the quest that either I already read to complete the quest or weren't really necessary to complete it. So I don't know if you want me to explain them too or not. Let me know in the comments. Also, I want to mention that these videos are being filmed like a month before you see them, and that's why the events are old. I did this so that I could have videos made in advance for the launch of this channel, but I'm planning on having a closer schedule so that the content is more relevant. I say this because any feedback I get from these videos I will mention in later videos. Getting that out of the way, I ended up at AR 30, I have 5,943 primogems, 3 intertwined fates, and 36 acquainted fates. I gained quite a lot of primogems in just 2 weeks. And that's all from this video. In the next one, I will see if I complete the exploration for Mondstadt so that we can start with Liwe. That's all from me, Sayanyan.